I want to show you guys what I just created. So that's the engine stand that I bought. Actually, I found online. Someone was selling the used one for like $50, and I actually rebuilt the engine in a Dodge truck, the Cummins 6.7. That one is rated for 1,100 pounds. It did the job. It was kind of bouncy, but and that's actually the only engine stand that I own so far. And a couple days later, actually, the neighbor case loader engine blew up, and there was no chance to put that big engine on this. So I did some digging online, and I came across that the OTC, the big revolver engine stand. So the price is ridiculous. I believe it's like 15,000. So with the steel that I had in the shop, I decided to build something similar. I like the design, but I don't like the price. So from a scrap steel, actually I bought a couple things, but that's what I built. So I had two big bearings, and some old shaft from this pump. The pump was pretty much done, so it was just junk. So I decided to use that shaft, and that's what I end up with. I just recently painted. I know it's looked ridiculous, but that's the only paint that I had in the shop. I didn't have enough of the blue paint to paint the whole thing, and I didn't have enough black paint to paint the whole thing. So it's kind of looks ridiculous, but it's doing a job. So far I did two engines, and one from a Gale Skidster, and the second one was the loader, and it did the job. It did the job. Works really well. That's actually the flange that was laying around the shop. So I put those like 6-inch wheels on it. So I thought it's gonna be a little bit too tall, but I'm actually like 6'7", and it's actually good size good height for me. So the first bracket I made for that case engine, FPT, and the second bracket it's for Yanmar engines and the Gale Skidster. So I didn't take it off yet, but the biggest problem I had is original OTC have like a big worm gear here on the side, and it's kind of like a big casing with a little handle and a lock mechanism, and I couldn't find anyone who would like to make that big worm gear. It just is just not worth it. So I came across one of YouTube videos, and a guy actually put this on his engine stand, and I thought I'd just gonna give it a try, and it's actually worked really well. It's a slack adjuster from a semi truck, and 14 mil little ratchet, 3/8, and I could spin the whole engine with this. So it did the job. I really like it. I didn't like that's the only wheels that I had laying around the shop. They're really tall, but that's actually become handy when you actually the loader engine. I go straight from like my service truck crane and put it on straight to it. But like a skidster, I have to put it on an engine hoist and transfer to that engine stand. So that's actually, that gap on the bottom become handy when you have limited space, and then you can go with the engine hoist from whatever direction you want it, so you don't have to go right between the legs. You can go from the side. So I think that's actually work out really well. The one thing I'm gonna do is, because it's I don't have a caster wheel, so they both just straight wheels with no swivel. But that's okay. It's so light on the front, I can just move around with no problem. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put some in the corner. Just gonna put the long stud. Actually, I have one ready. So I'm just gonna make a kind of like a stand. So just weld the knot in the corner, and then you can screw it down and lift the whole frame a little bit up off the wheel, so it's gonna be in a fixed position, so it's not gonna slide around when you torque the head bolts or something. It's pretty stable, sturdy. It's gonna work for really well for transmission. That's what I'm hoping. I didn't have any transmission to do like since I get that built, but I'm hoping it's gonna work really well for like a transmission job too, when you have to flip around. Like till now, I was just moving around with my crane on a wood block, so it's kind of inconvenient. But here you can just move around easily. As I said, it's 40 mil, 14 mil socket and 3/8 ratchet, and I can spin the big engine with no problem. And it's it's self-lock, so it's not gonna spin. Well, hope you guys like it, and see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.